Oh, sorry about that, folks. This is your Cape Verde lineup. This is your Cameroon lineup. Welcome to the watch-along of Cameroon versus Cape Verde from the African Cup of Nations.
And Julio Tavares, they've been left out for Willy Samed and Lisandro Samed. I think Willy Samed's coming just on this right-hand side.
So, let's see what happens today. Let's see what good game this comes. So, African Cup of Nations on the way. Cameroon versus Cape Verde. You would think Cameroon have got this game won.
They don't carry any veterans in the side, and there are no kids. It's a bunch of players, all in the prime of their career.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Sunday making a dart down that left-hand side.
I just wanted to pause there because that's been something that they've done really well, getting runners in. On this occasion, you know, it's down that right-hand side. It's fire. Good defending. Good run from the fullback in a deep position. And they play the ball forward and they give them an opportunity to get something.
Well, it's a front foot start this from Cameroon.
Cameroon nearly scored, nearly 1-0 Cameroon.
The attack there is Makudi, giant central defender who plays his football for Saint Etienne in France.
Well, I think he's a little bit disappointed because he's a big lad and he's good in the air and he expected it to at least hit the target. But as you said, it's been a front foot start for all the games for Cameroon, but they've gone behind in their first two games. You know, it's been a little bit of a shock, but their reaction to both those games has been instant, and that's why, you know, they find themselves on 6 points in a terrific position.
As a coach as well,
so guys, let's go.
Players little targets, and that target tonight was to score the first goal.
Exactly. But from Cape Verde's point of view, you know, even though they're going to win this game, they want to quiet the crowd. You know, they want to make sure they don't give this crowd anything to get behind. So if they have a quiet start and it's 0-0, there's nothing in the game for this first, 15,
so let's go.
They'll be quite happy with that. And those players who have been left out, you know, Rodriguez and Tavares, so maybe they can come on later in the game and affect the game. But as long as they're in this game with, you know, 15, 20 minutes to go, I think they'll be quite happy.
The live watch-along of Cape Verde versus Cameroon in the African Cup of Nations, folks, is now live on the channel. Come and join the chat. Come and vote on the poll you think will win. Come and join us. Hopefully we'll see a shock in the African Cup of Nations today with Cameroon versus Cape Verde in the African Cup of Nations. Blues, go and peace.
Whoever plays in that position is the most advanced player in the team on many occasions, and we see it obviously at Man City as well.
So let's see how this goes.
Around the world.
May not be popular with a lot of top flight managers around Europe. The African Cup of Nations being played in January, but I guarantee there'll be a multitude of chief scouts and sporting directors casting an eye over this, looking for the next bargain.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Rob. And one thing you can say about, you know, in the African Cup of Nations, you have to be resilient, and there's some players who are really resilient. Obviously, all great athletes, but some fantastic technical ability as well. And we've seen some pitches; they haven't been great at times, but you can see that these players, because they're technically very good, they can deal with it.
This is a can-be. Can he be a crowd pleaser? We say the pitches haven't been great. It's hot and it's humid.
So guys, welcome.
They have, I think in gardening terms, overwatered the grass in the build-up to the game to make it zip around the surface.
Exactly, just to kind of take the unevenness out of the pitch, you know, put more water on it, you can see it, like, just, you know, kicking up a little bit there, but the players are quite happy. I think it's not a concern for them, they'll get on with it.
It's a rebuild for Cameroon. They didn't qualify for the World Cup finals in 2018. And you can see from Antonio Conte's out, the coach, that he allows his players to go out there with freedom to entertain. We saw Algeria underperform last night, the reigning champions. Nobody would bet against Cameroon. And Guisa on the blind side as a Cape.
Here comes Cameroon. Oh, nearly a goal for Cameroon there.
It is the full force of Cameroon so far, and Cape Verde have been camped back. in the final third, and well, the ball is given away there. Abubakar is desperate to score goals to add to the 4 he's scored already, to maybe close down on the great man Samuel Eto'o, who's watching from the stands.
I can tell you that's another reason why that he wants to play. He wants that record.
Vincent Abubakar, what a player.
Just that little phase of play from Cameroon. Yeah, technically great pass on the ball, but when they lost the ball, they wanted to win the ball high up the pitch. Their centre half, Bukudi, was right in the attacking third. You know, just pushing on, making sure they didn't take the pressure off. And Cape Verde unable to play through the press, but they've got to if they're going to create anything.
Well, Cape Verde have been involved in 2 1-0s so far. A 1-0 victory and a 1-0 defeat. But it's at this stage of the competition where players have to take a gamble. It's a gamble that has gone wrong here. Abubakar is waiting for the cross. They can't get it to him. It's a fantastic last-ditch challenge there from Pico, Roberto Lopez.
That's what it does, Pico. You know, again, the high press.
So let's go, boys. Let's see how this goes.
But Pico comes across, sees the danger, and he deals with it. Really good last-ditch challenge, and he's done that really well in this tournament. Superior just thanking Pico for getting him out of trouble.
So it's a corner to Cameroon. Corner to Cameroon. 7 minutes played.
Ball is teased into the area. Good strong header away from Stopira, the skipper. Flag stays down.
Oh, shot.
Don't think it would have
Shot by Cameroon. Saved by the Cape Verde keeper. It's still 1-0.
Yeah, I thought the referee would have seen that. I think the referee might have been following the ball. A big challenge from the initial corner. That was left Stopira, just prone on the edge of the 6-yard box. There's a challenge. And they're both holding their head, so look, he's not putting it on. And the referee, I think if that hadn't gone in the back of the net, the referee didn't put the whistle to his mouth until the senior had actually made the save. There's a clash of heads. The player's down, he hasn't seen it, the ref, and so he can't give it. He's watching the ball.
Well, he has to trust the referee's assistant, who has to trust VAR. And yeah, as you say, there's a man down on the floor, so he would have been checked onside.
Exactly. So, don't ball watch, referee. Watch the game.
A horrible collision. Let's hope that Stopira is okay to carry on. Juanico dos Santos is his name.
Had a shaky couple of minutes, Rob, hasn't he? Just giving the ball away for that opportunity for Cameroon, then obviously a clash with Engage. He's the captain though, and got to lead by example. Just try and shake it off and get back out there.
His original intention was to guide it out of play, gets himself out of a tight corner very cleverly.
So guys, welcome. Vote on the poll, like, subscribe if you are new.
Come here to see their team go through the paces. They want goals. They want no charity for Cape Verde.
Just feel as a host nation, if they get a head of steam up, and with this crowd behind them, they're going to be very difficult to stop.
By far the leading scorers in the tournament so far.
So guys, put your question in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me. It's Cape Verde 0, Cameroon 0.
Cape Verde very much come into this game as the underdogs. It's only the 3rd time they've qualified for the AFCON finals. Before the final back in 2013. Now really the sum of their parts. No real star players in their team. They're dotted mainly around Europe. From Dublin to Azerbaijan.
But they've come together and they've looked very organised.
So far, 0-0. Let's just keep going. So far, Cameroon have not really done all the pressing, but Cape Verde are holding firm.
Tola just losing
They're doing as much as they can to try and get a result.
Having a little giggle about it. Just taking his eye off the ball.
It's like they're trying their best, Cape Verde, but they're just. I don't see them getting a lot of chances in this game.
That platform to go forward. But just watching the Cameroon, because you know, with the changes they've made, I think out of possession they've actually going 4-1, 4-1, and that's terrific for the coach, because you know you feel that you're almost there in terms of qualification. You can try something a little bit different, and as the competition wears on, you think, okay, if you want to be slightly more defensive, we can just change the shape and see how the players deal with that.
Alexander's taking a bit of a there. Now they're coming out of their defensive shell. I'm sure it was the plan on Vista, the coach, to be safety first.
I'm fine.
For Cape Verde. Allow the Cameroon collective pulse to settle. And then maybe spring a surprise on the counter-attack. As you can see from that picture, it's almost a...
Come on, Cape Verde!
Very straight line that's been drawn.
It's amazing because you know we thought they were 4-4-2, but all of a sudden now they've gone back into the back five. It's a 5-4-1.
Hopefully we get. I don't see it happening, but we could see a shock, but I don't see it.
There's a run from Toko Ekambi. Back to front in one swift move.
Well, it's the right ball, not quite the execution. You see what the Cameroon want to do? They actually want to get ball across the front line, and that's why they're pushing that five back from Cape Verde. And on another occasion, they'll play through midfield because they push those players back. If they want to push them back, they need to.
Burkina Faso.
Sometimes doesn't come off. It still has an effect on the opposition of them taking a step back.
Defeat for Cape Verde against Burkina Faso is their first ever defeat in the group stages of the AFCON tournament.
What?
It came to the group stages.
Yep.
Never lost back-to-back games. Oh, there's a terrible mistake. Well,
She's sorting some stuff up.
Ajay was bailed out of a very difficult situation by Tolo, who was almost anticipating the mistake from his senior.
To put the other score on for you guys, which is Burkina Faso versus Ethiopia. So we can have a bit of interest, so you guys know how that's getting on. Still got the first half, second half, half time, but you've got the score underneath.
It can be kind of a wasteful pass. There's a lot of pace to burn in this Cameroon team. And that was a poor ball for Namelu.
And in both games, it's 0-0.
Made a run from right to left, right across at pace, and happy to come out of their shape. They feel they can go forward. They'll make a really positive run forward, and someone else will just fit in for them.
Time maybe for Cape Verde to express themselves.
Oh no. For Cape Verde.
There are some players in the Cape Verde team that haven't yet had a kick of the ball. This is Willie Semedo, who's come into the team. It's part of the three changes to lead the line tonight.
I tell you, who hasn't had a touch of the ball? Anana in the Cameroon goal. He's now he hasn't had one touch of the ball as yet.
Oh, Nana. Oh.
It's taken a while, but Cape Verde now settling into their surroundings. This is Dini. Now they can unravel part of their game plan. They've gone from that back five to a back three, and utilising the likes of Porch and Tavares down the left and down the right.
Ooh, let's hopefully we get a goal soon.
Montero's come into an attacking position on number 10 on the right hand side.
Problem with Cape Verde at the moment is their pass is too slow, it's lethargic. It's 2-3 touches and it's been picked off by this Cameroon side.
Slightly late challenge from Patrick Andrade. Tolo. Now to Okudi. On the right hand side. Uwe.
That pitch does not look dry today. But it shows when Cameroon are not playing, they won't do anything to the pitch. But when Cameroon plays, they'll water the pitch.
Lovely bit of skill, and all of a sudden you get players breaking forward.
Oh!
But it comes in there, doesn't it? Abubakar, anywhere in his periphery.
Jesus, how are you sweating, pal?
Signs are going to be ringing.
No hesitation, is there? You know, it comes up, it's a deflected cross, but he's alive. You know, he's being marked in the box there, just comes off his man. No other thought but to try and hit the target, and he's really unlucky. Maybe a little bit disappointed with his technique, but he's got to take it quickly. He's coming from quite a
Vincent
height.
Abubakar,
He's
legend.
not trying to hit it too hard, he's really unlucky. That's why he scored 4 goals this tournament. I know the 2 penalties, but I was impressed with his penalty technique, but his other 2 finishes were typical centre-forward finishes as well.
Plays his football these days in Saudi Arabia for Al Nassr. Last season was at Besiktas. Almost played for Hull City when they were a Premier League side.
Who was that? Well, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. That's the future.
I know.
Well, completely neutral here, of course.
Absolutely. Look, I remember when it was because my son was playing as well, Rob, so I was just kidding. I was just kidding.
Come on, Cape Verde.
Well, still, Onana, the goalkeeper,
We want another shock.
is one of the thousands of spectators inside the stadium. Cameroon haven't yet had a clean sheet. They've conceded in both of the games so far, and as you quite rightly say, they've conceded first in both of the matches.
I think they're going to be fairly pleased with the start. Just coming at the 20-minute mark. The 2 scares.
Cape Verde, Cape Verde.
Tapia getting caught on the ball, and obviously when he went down under a challenge, and Nagaje had the opportunity. Was played offside by him being prone in the edge of the 6-yard box. So look, I think Cape Verde will be satisfied, let's say, with what's happened so far, but they need to do more if they want to go and win this game.
Come on, let's have some action in this game.
Going back home on the islands of Cape Verde, but a big game as well around the world. There are more Cape Verde supporters outside the country than there are in that. Over 1 million expats, and they're all big football fans as well.
Orange.
Players that could have played for Cape Verde: Patrick Vieira, Henrik Larsson, Nani, and Jorge Andrade, who played for Portugal, of course.
Wow. I didn't know that Patrick Vieira could have played for Cape Verde, and so could Henrik Larsson.
Just with the foul, and it's a good foul. You know, he stops the counter attack, and that's what he's there to do. Just sat in front of the back four.
But you also got to think he might be doing it every. It might be for every game he plays, because he does play in Saudi Arabia for football.
Right-hand side, Portish trying to break from his defensive position. The aggression, wing back.
That was a right pass from Russia. He should have done better. He had acres of space to hit his man, fought to it, and he missed him by a good 20 yards. But that's the way, you know, with a tight back four, switch the play quickly. I haven't seen him try and do that. That was the first time.
There is orange, which don't exist anymore. Yeah, but unfortunately they sponsor the African Cup of Nations, and that's old.
Abubakar, heavy challenge on him, followed over by Patrick Andrade.
That shirt looks like it's turned from
Jump straight back up again.
yellow to black.
And that's it again. No problem.
Yeah,
Enjoying every minute. He had a horrible injury, an ACL, which kept him out for the best part of the year.
due to the amount of sweat.
At the age of 29, as he turns 30 next week, he's enjoying every single moment.
Abubakar's is nearly 30. Fucking hell.
Santos.
Abubakar.
Cortes is desperate to get the ball on this right-hand side. Player's going to have to be stopped. It's Santos who's down, asking the referee for a little bit of attention.
I've never seen a game stop for somebody's boot coming off. It's a first.
He's broken a lace.
Come on, Cape Verde, have a shot on goal.
Back out. I've been so impressed with him. When somebody asked me at the start of this tournament, Rob, who do you think is going to be the top scorer? It was the obvious ones that Salah, Ian Nacho. And honestly, Abubakar didn't cross my mind. But then I saw him play and I thought, oh, why didn't I think of that? He's on penalties as well. His penalty technique is really impressive. And
At least Abubakar can take a penalty, unlike Frank Kessié.
Well, he's got a lot of goals in the colours of Porto before he got that nasty injury. And last year, Besiktas 15 goals in 26 matches. When Makuni hits you, you certainly know about it.
And he wants to keep the
Makuni.
point as well. He's come into the side, hasn't he? And he's had a header from a corner. He wants to make an impression. He wants to keep his place.
Still 0-0 between Burkina Faso and Ethiopia.
Central defender. Both of them are rivals for French clubs. Castelletto plays for Nantes. And Makuni is a Saint-Étienne man. There'll be some Middlesbrough fans out there saying he looks a little bit familiar. He played 7 games on loan for Middlesbrough a couple of years ago.
Wow.
Wow, looks like Christian Eriksen's coming back to the Premier League.
He's good on the ball. I like the way he wants to get tight to people. You know,
But I'm shocked he's by the club that is after him, which is Brentford.
He impressed his boss.
Well, generally the coaches come into the tournament knowing what they feel their best 11 is. But
Yeah, but he's only got a short-term contract, so he might not be playing as much.
In the World Cup, the year of he and Michael Owen, who have evolved this.
And
Very well.
Aubameyang has left the AFCON over health concerns.
Emergency action taken by Pico.
And Costa's already confirmed the Atletico Mineiros exit.
That middle five to go and deal with it. He's not certainly, you know, people think of it as being a sweeper. No, he's a defender who needs to step in and
Admits Arsenal rumours. Go on, give it. Oh, you twat.
It's taken him into the 25th minute to saunter off his line and mop up.
Wow.
Misplaced.
Looks like Thomas Tuchel's come out and said he's refusing to concede the title race, criticising the scheduling of the Brighton trip.
Tolo screaming forwards down this left-hand side.
Yeah, he's scheduled. Yeah, he's also criticising the schedule of our next game.
A little frustrated on the touchline.
Just looking for the spark, aren't they, Cameroon? You know, crowd are waiting. A couple of little bits of skill have ignited them, but shot on target would be the
Yep,
right
he
way
said
to
it's
go.
very. This is what he got asked about the schedule, and he said brought forward due to the Champions League holders' appearance at next month's FIFA Club World Cup. So it's very hard to understand. Now we have 3 away games in a row, both Brighton, and we have the next game on Sunday. So there was no need to put it on a Tuesday.
Yes, great little drop of the shoulder.
but it's been squeezed in this week. Last week we didn't have a whole week to prepare for Man City because we had the Carabao Cup semi-final. On one hand, I don't want to complain or make excuses, but apparently not. But the example, all coaches in the semi-final of the EFL Cup want to play just one leg, and it was not possible. We could have done better in the schedule in this match for sure. So he's basically not happy with the Premier League for the scheduling. He's basically pissed. Because it sounds like they're doing it just to Chelsea, but they're not doing it to anyone else.
Right, what is the plan from a set-piece situation like this for Cape Verde? Montero comes short.
Because I think if we didn't play all those games that we had like 1 or 2 games up, I think we would have played better against Man City. Because we played that many amount of games, but City have also played the same amount of games, except for we've had to play a bit extra due to the Cup.
It's obviously something they worked on, but quality of the cross was poor. To be honest, there's a chance of counter.
And I think that's made a difference, I think.
To a Camby who's really quick, he's a really good athlete. Again, too much to do.
Yeah, they fit it in. Now it's going to be interesting to see where they're going to fit the Arsenal game in. So we got Arsenal at home. We got Arsenal at home and we got Leicester City at home to fit in. But the Leicester game's only off due to us getting to the Carabao Cup final. And it turned out Arsenal's game got postponed, and it only had 1 positive case.
Unlike his phone bill, that scouting bill must be high as well. I've got to go and see them.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a joke. And you know what's typical? Graham Souness and Micah Richards defended Arsenal, saying they did nothing wrong. They're saying they were in their rights to get the game called off. They're saying that other teams would have done exactly the same thing. Chelsea didn't. We asked for 1 time to be called off because we had 9 or 10 players out, and we got told no. They've got players out due to injury, due to AFCON, and 1 positive case, and they've been told they can have a game off.
I think they're champions, weren't they? It was Shamrock Rovers and
the other team that I feel sorry for,
had a really good career there.
because they would have had a better case of having their game off, would have been Leeds. They've had 9 players out for game against West Ham, and they got told to play.
A lovely combination.
So why are you allowing teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, to have their games called off whenever they ask, and all the other teams in the league? But when it comes to Chelsea, you get told no, you got to play. And they didn't just do that just for a league game. They did it for a cup game as well. It was like they were trying to make it that we did. Yeah, but most of them are going to be there to watch Cameroon.
Thousands of fans who come here wanting their home team to entertain, to attack. And that's the tournament advantages. They will need that collective 12th man. There they go. Gathering pace. A lovely little flick there. And it's a free kick. In the middle is the player who is
Kunde.
I think he's 1 foul away, Patrick Andrade, from getting a yellow card. There's been a succession of niggling little challenges like that.
Anguiz is a good player.
I'm actually surprised he hasn't been booked yet. It always seems to be him. He's committing the foul. He's committed a foul in a very dangerous position here.
And Maleo is feeling the pain from the sharp tackle of Patrick Andrade.
One of those positions where you're just hoping that you get someone who run over the ball, just to push the back line just close to the 6-yard box. The angle of the cross is just in line with that far post. Just get the right height on it, and then it doesn't matter if someone gets a touch on it or not. It's a really
Come on.
difficult one for...
Come on, get us a goal.
It can be there. He's keeping the goalkeeper company on the line, trying to obscure his view of the wall. It's a tactic I've not seen before. It looks like it's Kunde who's standing over the ball. He could lash it in with his right foot. Guisa is there as well.
Here we go. It's the ground holds about 60,000.
They've left it.
There's one man on the
Yeah, it's
ball.
going to be Kunde, isn't it?
And it's named after the president.
Aren't they?
It's like a shadow is cast when there's two central defenders come up from the back. Kunde goes for it. The wall does its job beautifully. Cape Verde just throwing bodies in the way of things, hanging on in there.
And I like Vincent Boubacar because I got a special card last season for Team of the Year. And that card was lethal. And that card was lethal. Yeah, and that card was lethal.
Come across.
So it was like,
Players across and see what happens from there.
yeah, the special card that. Yep. Yeah, but you want to know why Aboubacar's playing as good as he is. He's so near to Samuel Eto'o's all-time record for Cameroon. So he's wanting to play every game and play well. That's why he's putting a lot of effort in. Because he could potentially, if he does well in this tournament, could overtake it during this tournament.
Yeah, well, you know, I think the first
Yeah, but it just shows that he's willing to do stuff for the team. He's willing to go for it. And that's why he's making himself warmer and warmer and sweatier and sweatier.
100% concentration on this game is what's required, I think.
The only reason I like Samuel Eto'o is for his 3 goals against Man United for us.
Nothing on at all.
You're right, Rob. He does really well. He kind of wrestles it away.
Samuel Eto'o only scored 1 goal against Chelsea in his whole career.
Shot on really quickly. And Vizinha has to be on his bit. I think it's just going.
No, he scored 1 goal against us in his whole career, and that was for Barcelona. And it was in like 1 game. Yeah, he scored 1. Yeah, he scored 1 goal for us, and I think the other one was by Maxi Lopez, and we lost 2-1 that game. No, what I mean. Yeah, against Man United, and then went and celebrate with a very younger Hudson-Odoi as a ball boy. And he also scored a controversial goal for us against Cardiff.
Vincent Aboubacar just prepared to take the shot and take it early. Knows how to finish. Again, yeah, it is going wide, but Vizinha doesn't know that. And as he said, inches.
So having a look, folks. Having a look at something quickly. Having a look at these stadiums for the African Cup of Nations. So we have a look what they are. Cause not all. We only know about a couple of them from the games that we've watched.
You can see why they designed them that way.
Exactly, I remember those. They were really impressive. You had to have the physique to wear them, and they did. I think you told me about the all-in-one as well, Rob, didn't you?
Yeah,
To get a bit more.
My particular favourite. That was AFCON 2004. Got a bit serious, that one. The authorities tried to deduct them 6 points. They contested it, they won their case. And I think those shirts are somewhere in a footballing museum now.
Absolutely, and it's impossible to change shirts when you've got an all-in-one at the end of the game as well. So.
Here we go, another stadium that holds 42. So we've got a 60,000 and a 42,000. There we go. Here's the one that we watched yesterday from Douala. That old. Wow. It's a 50,000 seater stadium which basically has football, basketball, handball, futsal, and volleyball and tennis. What?
Effectively become central attackers. It's a high line that has been drawn here by Cameroon, maybe a good 10 yards outside of the penalty area.
So, because that was in Douala was the one that we watched. I think it was Guinea-Bissau versus, was it Guinea-Bissau versus Egypt?
Again, it's another lazy clearance. He's done that on 2 or 3 occasions. First one he missed, and Tolo got him out.
Ramu Ajin Stadium, Garua.
Really a needless corner.
I know. Here we go, Garua. Let's see how. So 42,000, 50,000, and 60,000. What's this one? This one is 30,000. So it's a very small stadium for 30,000.
For the near post, not the best of corners. Abubakar. There's a foul. A little breathing space for Cameroon.
And that stadium's very old.
He's also defended the best as well. The Cameroon really effective.
That Roman Ajia Stadium opened in 1978.
The local boy made good. He's back in the city where he was born.
Kuakong Stadium. Alright, let's have a look at this one, see what the difference is for this one. So 30,000 is the lowest stadium in this tournament so far. 20,000? And that was built, opened in 2016. Ooh. So they've got some really small stadiums in this competition. Now let's see. 20,000!
It's not a bad ball at all for Abubakar, but Pico's there.
Hello Denver! So come on, Cameroon. To right. Let's see if we... Referee having a laugh.
Having a word with the ref. It's excellent officiating, is it, from Mr. Selmy from Tunisia.
Oh!
Just smiles in his face.
Here we go. Goal in the other game. It is Burkina Faso 1, Ethiopia 0.
I like that style of refereeing though. He's obviously enjoying the occasion as well, and he doesn't need to make a big thing of it. Just smiles. It's a free kick. Get on with it.
That's a ball. That's a... Oh! It's a goal! It's a goal! It's Vincent Abubakar! Vincent Abubakar!
He can do no wrong.
He can't do anything wrong. It's a tremendous finish.
Vincent Abubakar has just scored for Cameroon! 1-0, Vincent Abubakar.
Let's talk about the finish because it was exceptional. No hesitation.
Guys, what a finish from Vincent Abubakar.
It happens on so many occasions, but all he's concentrating on is hitting the target, head down, knows where the goal is, right in the corner. No, there's no offside. As Makudi makes that initial challenge, which means the ball drops down, it closes down very quickly. You can't fault the Cape Verdean defenders. It's the finish, which is exemplary.
Guys, put in the chat if you guys have heard of Vincent Abubakar before this tournament or not. Be interesting to hear you guys' thoughts. What a goal.
We would have scored that as well.
Yeah. I don't think there's any chance of Abubakar actually closing in.
What a goal. And it's... Yeah.
So Abubakar's 30th goal for his country. He scored 56 in his career.
Wow. Can you but wow, I never thought I'd be seeing the market value of Vincent Abubakar is 5.5 mil.
on the
He's
ball.
worth 5 points.
Semen.
Not yet.
I thought he might have just drifted offside from the initial free kick. But he knows what he's trying to do. He's just trying to loop it over the keeper. It's a good 12 yards out.
Vincent Abubakar.
Well, Cameroon do look very dangerous when they attack, but they've given a few chances, especially in the centre of that
Fucking hell.
defence.
They do. Well, you're right. And there's hope still there for Cape Verde. As I said,
There's still hope for Cape Verde. I don't think so now.
All the games so far, they've conceded. And look, that's what makes their game so absorbing, because you know they can score goals, but you also know they can concede goals. And at the moment, they come out on top. And it's a brand of football.
Oh dear me, that was an incredible back pass, and luckily Nana was acrobatic enough to get a boot to the ball.
Oh, Nana tried to be acrobatic.
I think that was Cape Verde's best effort, wasn't it?
Yes, that's Anguissa.
Wow. And that's sloppy, isn't it?
Why are you trying to do a karate chop jump?
20 yards inside your own half. There's no chance of going in the net. But a cheap corner.
Oh my God. Anguissa, you are not valued at 20 mil.
Intense pressure there. This is a good comeback here from Cape Verde. Now throwing everything at Cameroon. And Verde plays it short. It's Abubakar who gets a boot to the ball. He's been excellent in both boxes, the Cameroon captain.
That is true, but they just haven't got flat firing yet.
Anguissa wins the ball. It's definitely not offside. It's a heavy challenge. Danger hasn't gone away though. And the strong arm defending ultimately from Guinea.
But I will give with a little bit of like honourable mentions to aka Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone and Equatorial Guinea, because they're the others that are literally shocking this tournament. Them three are.
That's when I do feel,
Because
you see them coming together here. Look,
they're the three that surprised me the most, because I thought they wouldn't play as well as they did
when it's that obvious.
and not lose by much in some games. But the main ones are Cameroon.
He spent his whole career doing that, getting his flag up, and he's always remembers at a major tournament he's got to keep it down until the player's developed.
Oh, Nana is worth only 18, valued at 18 mil.
He's not having a good 5 minutes here, Andre Frank Anguissa. That was a raw challenge. Gives Cape Verde another chance to maybe find an equalising moment.
The best opportunities have sort of come from set pieces, although they haven't produced a clear-cut one.
Montero with the ball in. He did better than that. Andrade, they defend deep this time, Cameroon. Seems to be alternating between the two.
It is still Burkina Faso 1, Ethiopia 0.
This is Dini. Ball is scooped to the far post. The goalkeeper had to come for it.
Oh, nearly a goal for Cape Verde. Nearly a goal for Cape Verde.
Bailey's goalkeeper out.
It's a really brave challenge. The initial challenge from Montero.
What a shocker of a finish. A shocker of a goal that would have been.
Because he knows the keeper's coming. Just as he goes across the box, it's in the air for such a long time. He knows the keeper's coming, but he's brave. And sticks his head in there. It almost produces a chance, but Bakuda's really brave there.
Here comes Cape Verde. Oh!
That's a very good take from Onana. Just slow.
Hello, John. How are you doing? Good evening to you as well.
Love that from your goalkeeper.
It is
Been under pressure.
Ethiopia 0, Burkina Faso 1, and Cameroon 1, Cape Verde 0.
And then it gets, give it back to the opposition. He's a top keeper. Only 25.
What?
So much ahead of him.
And as it stands, Ethiopia will be on 0 points. Cape Verde will be on 4 points in third. Second will be Burkina Faso on 6, and Cameroon on first with 7.
Onana, and he has made it very clear as well that he's enjoyed life at Ajax.
But I don't think it's updated yet, but it will be about 9 if they win this. So it'd be about 1 point. So it'd be 8, 9. So it would be close. Them two would be.
Good stature. Good shot stopper. Only 25. Got plenty of time. Very young.
Wow.
For a goalkeeper.
I didn't know this.
Reached his peak.
Ethiopia haven't won an away game in their last 10 matches, and Burkina Faso are unbeaten in 13 home games.
into a single minute of stoppage time in the first half.
Let's check some information for you to give a little bit of insight for you guys. They've said here, insight for Cameroon, haven't lost in 6 matches, and Cape Verde haven't won in their last 6 matches.
The players come off worse in the challenge with Montero.
But their first Montero, that's a painful one, isn't it?
So ball possession in this game is 60% to Cameroon, 40% to Cape Verde. Cameroon have had seven shots to Cape Verde's 3.
He knows it's not a great ball. And it's that innate ability just to have a feeling, a sense of where the ball's going to drop. And then you've got to have the ability to stick it in the back of the net. And boy, has he got that.
Cape Verde have had 1 shot on target. Cameroon have had 2 on target, and one of them's the goal.
Activity, free kicks, corner kicks for Cape Verde in the first half. Can they make just one of them count?
And this shows how good Cameroon are. Cameroon have actually done accurate passes of 218, Cape Verde 123. So they're very good at dominating possession. They're a good dominating possession side.
It's got to be a really good delivery.
Congested near post. Oh, it's a very clever routine. Oh, the pass was just too much.
It's just the only difference between Cameroon and Cape Verde is Cape Verde have done a lot more crosses and a lot more long balls.
If we're not taking it on first time, but his missed control almost created a chance in a better opportunity in the chance in the 6-yard box.
There's a yellow card there for Collins Five for that.
Half time in both games. Half time, Cape Verde 0, Cameroon 1, and Burkina Faso 1, Ethiopian 0.
But advantage at half time. Familiar name on the score sheet for Cameroon, his 5th goal of the tournament.
How's the game going so far? Going really well. Could be better, but if it's 1-0, it's the result we expect. So we'll put what? Yes, Kevin Phillips. Who? Do you mean Kevin Phillips, the one who's more known for playing for Sunderland? Yeah. Yeah. But the one... You know he's gonna become want to be a manager of a team there, knowing how much he's loved in Sunderland for what he did. Yeah. It's like the only time Sunderland have ever had a top goal scorer in the Premier League, and it was him when he was up front with Niall Quinn. So I remember that because one of his goals was against us in that year. So yay! So let's end the poll there. Let's get another poll up for the first half, and ask what you guys think of the first half. Ow. And there we go, here's another poll for you guys to vote. On what did you guys think of the first half? Boring / need more goals. It's okay, end to end. And interesting. And I'll be back in about a few minutes, folks. Gotta pop off quickly. I know it's won't be long. Back now, folks. My team to win the AFCON Cup, Cameroon. So guys, put your question in the chat. I'm happy to answer any question you guys put in front of me.
Stop here, the skipper. Flag stays down. Goalkeeper has to make the save. Don't think it would have.
Stop here. Just prone in on the edge of the 6-yard box. There's a challenge. And they're both holding their head, so look, he's not putting it on. And the referee, I think if that.
So hopefully we get an entertaining second half.
Don't ball watch, referee. Watch the game.
Like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you are new.
Oh, it comes alive, but it comes in there, doesn't it? Abubakar.
Really unlucky. Maybe a little bit disappointed with his technique, but he's got to take it quickly. He's coming from quite a height. He's just trying to caress that, not trying to hit it too required, I think.
Vincent Abubakar, what a player. That guy just reminds you of like a Lukaku-like player. He just uses strength and everything to score goals.
But then he takes a shot on really, and Vizinha has to be on his middle. I think it's just going wide, but he doesn't know that, and he just gets the feet.
Our target's in there. It was Makudi who threw himself at it. Oh, and it's whipped home. Who else but Abubakar, who is the man of the tournament, his 5th goal for Cameroon.
Celebration as well. The ball comes in. Not defended great, but
guys, do you think Cameroon are going to win it? Let me know who you guys think is going to win the tournament this year.
Head down, knows where the goal is, right in the corner. Now there's no offside. This Makudi makes that initial challenge, which means the ball drops down and close down very quickly. You can't fault Verdian defenders. It's the finish, which is exemplary. A fantastic goal.
Fantastic goal by Cameroon.
They're going to have to take a few gambles, and they do. They get players forward, and it's almost an instant retaliation.
I thought he might have just drifted offside from the initial free kick, but he knows what he's trying to do. He's just trying.
Wow.
Deep this time, Cameroon.
Looks like Roberto Martinez might be becoming Everton manager again.
Have to be careful with their challenges. This is Dini.
Everton have made contact with Belgium over former manager Martinez.
Oh, so very, very close. That was some challenge there from.
Are they that desperate?
On a nana to it. A very deep cross was really brave.
And yet again,
just as he goes across the box, it's in the air for such a long time.
Burnley have requested a postponement for their game to be called off due to positive cases and injury. And knowing our luck, that will be off, because if we do it, it wouldn't be off. So guys, put your question in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me. Ha! I like that. I like that from John. Because he thinks, yeah, I like him. He goes, howdy. Oh, I'm just gonna do. I'll get copyrighted for I would let you guys listen to what it is, but because of the music that's using it, I can't. Unfortunately, and I would though. Yeah. We all know Boris is a cunt. We all. Yep. Yep. And John sent your message in. Howdy. He went, howdy. Yes.
You're at the Tottenham Stadium.
Oh, I can let you guys see this in a minute. Oh, listen to this. I'll let you hear this in a minute because it's really actually quite funny. Just as it's got no music in this, it's just.
Do when you're at the Tottenham Stadium. Fucking leave. Best thing to do when you're at the Tottenham Stadium. Fucking leave.
Best thing to do when you're at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Fucking leave. Except you're Chelsea because we always seem to win there every year. Get off your horses and drink your milk, lol. Get off your horses and drink your milk. Well, get off your horses and drink your milk. I'm just doing that as my last. What a tune. Guys, put your questions in the chat. I'm happy to answer any question you guys put in front of me. Let's see how the poll's going so far. 100% have gone, it's okay.
Welcome back to the Alembi Stadium. Cameroon in a very good position, aiming to make it the perfect 3 wins out of 3. As they, undoubtedly, I think at this stage going to top the group. Elsewhere, Burkina Faso are leading against Ethiopia, so the news is not good for Cape Verde. They've really got it turning around in the second half. There is the man who has done the damage. The star
I think I might have already seen it.
Vincent Abubakar. I'm sure the coach is half thinking of taking him off.
Boo! Napoli legend.
But as you say, he will want to continue scoring goals. A little about Mo Salah. Mo Salah in the Premier League wanted to play every single game, and the referee's going to have to hold up the second half because they want to have a team meeting.
They want to have a team meet. They want to have a team meeting, Cape Verde on the pitch.
The referee looks completely perplexed by this. Is it allowable? Two.
Cape Verde are getting told off.
I wonder if they're waiting for something to come back on.
Meanwhile, they're trying to get their act together for the second half, the Cameroon players. When it comes to the Africa Cup of Nations, expect the unexpected. They've found the 11th man. They're going to make a change at half-time. It's going to be Christian Bassagor He plays for Shanghai in China, who will come on, and he's taken the place of Andre Frank Anguissa.
Anguissa, what a legend.
That's Gary Rodriguez. You know, he's played started the first 2 games
Yes.
for Cape Verde. And I'm not
Game is on the way for the second half, but I love that.
to Burkina Faso, and it's Lissandro Semedo who's come off, and I'm not surprised. And they need to have a go. They need to go.
I don't think they really did stand that.
And, certainly, he's been their best player in the tournament so far for me.
Like for like.
Oh, here comes Cameroon. They're going to have a shot straight away over the top.
His places, one is flown in from distance. They started the second half very much in an attacking mode here. And he's cutting
You're right. Finally something you and Luke can agree on. You're right.
Really pleased he took on the shot. It's on his weaker foot. That's why he's just taking his time. You know, but he wanted to.
But don't forget, he is Boris's best friend.
Keep it down, but that's the sort of start they wanted. That's what gets the crowd going. That's what lifts the crowd. I want to kind of keep that sort of momentum.
Guys, put your question in the chat. Like, sub and subscribe if you are new.
So the confirmation is Lissandro Semedo off. Gary Rodriguez, who plays for Olympiacos in Greece, has come on into an attacking position. And in support to Willy Semedo. He came into the team himself at Tavares, but has been given very little to feast upon. There he is, trying to get involved. The lean, tall striker, 6'3".
It's just a poor pass.
Boris is a cunt. He's a cunt. Boris is a cunt.
If he just puts it in his path, he's in. And those are the opportunities you got to
Boris
take.
is a cunt. He's a cunt. Boris is a
If the ball had
cunt.
gone through, they would have freed Willie.
I like that, Rob.
here
You've
all
been
night.
waiting for that. You've been waiting for that.
Obviously.
Here we go for the second half. For anyone who has turned double 8, you guys can have your say and who you think is going to win. If you didn't vote on the early one, I do it one for each half. Because it could all change the opinion.
I like that as well, because that's my first name. Rob. Willie's my first name. That's my father's name, Willie. So yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did make me giggle.
That is amazing. We all know that you're Boris's best friend. And I've reached my own shit, then put it with that fucking clown. Hong Kong.
Well, a change of personnel, but not a change of shape for Cape Verde.
That's on me, Luke, for you.
The one striker, Willy Semedo. Maybe he was named after you.
But yeah, I absolutely no doubt. There's absolutely no doubt about it. I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yes, yeah. Great striker and all that.
He's never heard of me.
Well, they need somebody to find the goals. At the moment, Cape Verde. They're going to finish in that third spot. Ethiopia will be bottom of the pile.
Here we go. Let's see if there's any other questions you guys want to put in the chat.
Remember, it's the top 2 who are guaranteed from each group, and the 4 best third place countries. So it'll be a nail-biting few days for Cape Verde to see if they advance. Things are not looking good for them, though.
No, it's a really good point, Rob, about those 4 best places. Because if they can nick a point and get onto 4 points, that puts them in a really decent position.
Well, 4 points will be good. They almost certainly get them 3. 3 points.
Oh! A penalty has been awarded to Ethiopia.
The world.
A penalty
Cameroon.
has been awarded to Ethiopia.
They're going to stay in the city they like.
Is it with a kid that's not a kid?
They're looking for their second goal. There's a little insurance policy in the game. Get the impression, don't
That does not look like a kid.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Rob.
That looks shit. It looks like some. Oh no.
They're relaxed, they're calm.
And he scored.
They know they've done
It's
most
a
of the hard
goal.
work, and they
It's
want
a
to
goal.
see them Makudi there. It's not even bothering to run back. It's staying up. You have to try and challenge, try and get
Yeah,
a goal.
it is 1-1. Ethiopia.
Keeper and central defender had a miscommunication there.
So that slightly helps
It can be
Cape Verde if they can get a result.
didn't say anything to each other, just expected.
1-1, folks, between Burkina Faso
Fortunately for them,
and
Brazil
Ethiopia.
took responsibility in the end and cleared it.
Wow, someone's voted and think it's going to be a draw between Cape Verde and Cameroon. What?
Well, it's maybe the one area of the field where they haven't been that impressive at Cameroon. Makuni came in for Castelletto to play alongside Nadeo. All backs have been good, but in the sense
Put your questions in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me. And at the same time, we're also going to check how the...
He's been really good. I like that he wants to get tight. He's given a free kick away on that occasion, but you want your centre half to go in there and deal with things.
Let's check
quite prepared to do that. So I think
how the streams went on yesterday, what they are on now. We're on 3.4k for Ivory Coast versus Sierra Leone and 4.7k for Algeria versus Equatorial Guinea.
That game was played in a tropical storm. Here goes.
So it turns out the Equatorial Guinea game got me the most views.
Back to the goalkeeper, Onana. Looks very comfortable with the ball at his feet. As you quite rightly say, you're a goalkeeper at Ajax. You're expected to be a good footballer. He learned his football as well at the Barcelona Academy after being a graduate from the Samuel Eto'o School of Football.
Wow, fantastic! And it's brilliant that I love hearing those sorts of things because you always talk about footballers who've got these these foundations and you don't hear about the outcomes. Well, this is a terrific outcome where somebody who's played at the highest level.
Come on, Cape Verde! Cape Verde! Cape Verde! Cape Verde! Cape Verde! Cape Verde!
Is lapping it up. National hero.
Come on, Cape Verde!
Winning team at the Olympics of 2000, and they beat Spain on penalties.
Cape Verde 0, Cameroon 0, 1. Cameroon 1, Cape Verde 0. At the moment, 52 minutes played, 1-0 Cameroon so far. Oh! Oh! Cape Verde! Oh! Cape Verde have scored! Oh! It's silent the crowd. It's all gone quiet because they're all full of mouses and now they're all full of rats.
I'm not surprised. I did say he was their best player of the tournament.
And there we go. Cape Verde have equalised, folks. 1-1.
The run is excellent. Really good. I think it's Willie Cement. Actually, no, it's Montero.
It's offside in that build-up, but then it's a different phase of play.
It's a lovely run.
Getting!
But the finish is top quality. That's the only
Getting Cape Verde!
Back to him. He's behind him. So there's no way he can get it on target by trying to hit it in front. So he lets it run across his body, takes the keeper, and fire. Totally out of the equation. And rolls it in the back of the net. What a fantastic finish. And what an excellent substitution.
Game on!
He should have been on from the start.
It's Cameroon to kick off. Game on!
Well, again, Cameroon can see they haven't.
And we think we weren't going to get a shock on the cards. There's potential now.
Cape Verde for their toil, their endeavour.
Guys,
Launch themselves back
we'll be
into
back
the game with 8
in
minutes.
about a few minutes. We just need to quickly pop off.
I'm sure there'll be a little fist pump as well from coach Umberto Betancourt, who made that decisive change at half-time. And my goodness, it's paid off for him.
Yeah, it's amazing now. We get all the credit for making the change at half-time, but not the criticism for not starting him in the game in the first place. So but I would, honestly, that was one that really surprised me that he wasn't starting. I thought he might have had an injury, but he's been given the impetus to this team in all the games they played, and so I wasn't surprised by the finish because he's a decent player and he leads by example as well, and that's just what they required in this game. Now, all of a sudden, Burkina Faso will be looking over their shoulder because they mostly would have heard that Cape Verde are back in this game.
Yeah. Burkina Faso leading at half-time in their game against Ethiopia. They will be on 6 points. Moves Cape Verde onto 4 points, but of course it gives them an advantage when it comes to maybe attaining one of the best third-place finishes.
It's amazing now. I mean, this has been a real slow burner, hasn't it? But all of a sudden it's come to life. 2 very, very well taken goals. And I said that Cameroon a little bit relaxed, a little bit too relaxed, weren't they? And they paid the price. They need to pick it up again.
Well, Gary Rodriguez, who scored that goal, is a very well-travelled striker. Played in the Netherlands, played in Spain, played in Greece. Currently playing for Olympiacos after a spell at Galatasaray. Maybe in the autumn years of his career, turns 32 soon, but rolling back the years there. Maybe ensuring that Cape Verde stay in the country, stay in the tournament.
Stay in the tournament, but as I said, you know, just when he's played, certainly in the first game, he had the assist for the goal, but I was impressed with it. You know, he's starting right up down the middle. He picks up some great positions all across the front line, right, centre, left. He's moving all the time. And this time he's ended up in the centre forward position. He looks like he's been playing there all his life, because that was a terrific finish.
Well, now the onus is on Cameroon to get the fans on their feet again. It's been, let's say, a controlled performance from Cameroon, but they haven't exerted themselves. Maybe some subconsciously leaving something in reserve for the knockout stages of the competition. You'll tell me that players would much rather be out there, centre stage, than maybe doing laps of the field at the end of the game just to keep the body ticking over, or working on the practice ground. They want to play matches, don't they?
Of course they do. And I was just thinking there, but should it be a surprise they conceded in the last game? We said how open they are. They do concede opportunities to the opposition. But when they conceded, they've reacted. And let's see if they can do it again.
This is Fight looking for Abubakar. And Huisa. Abubakar. It was a heavy challenge, and he's the last man they want down. The referee will go over and just check on his well-being. Doesn't look good.
Very last thing they were. Yeah, they're coming together. I think it's a case of just rubbing his knee there. Just gets his toe in there, Abubakar. Yeah, they're just clasped knees. Patrick and Abubakar. It's a painful one. It's one that'll be sore in the morning, but I'm sure he'll be okay.
Well, as the captain, I'm sure he has the loudest voice in the changing room as well. But maybe Antonio Conceição, the coach, will consider taking him off and protecting him for the knockout stages. Look at this for the goal as well. Look at that for confidence.
Yeah, I mean, Roche does really well. The run, the control, and the pullback. He's still got plenty to do. He does exactly the right thing, though. It's Humberto Betancourt, the assistant coach, celebrating. They're back in the game.
Can you tell me what that celebration's all about?
Not a clue.
No?
No, got no idea.
Did they teach you that at striker school?
No, when I was to school, we walked away and got on with it.
Sure you did.
I am now back, folks.
I know some old VHSs that tell me differently.
Ha ha! I like football, but not Burnley. Burnley can fuck off.
Banana. In the ball long over the top, Akemba. Akemba is trying to play a mistake that didn't happen. And it's been a reasonably well-drilled Cape Verde defence, just that one miscommunication a few moments ago.
He's been quite a Camby, hasn't he? You know, I've really been really impressed with this tournament, but we haven't seen a lot of him just starting off on that left-hand side trying to...
Guys, put your question in the chat. I'm happy to answer any question you guys put in front of me. We got Cape Verde at 33%, Cameroon at 33%, and a draw at 33%. So it could go either way, people are thinking.
Giving valuable playing time. The next introduction will be James Liasiliki, who plays for Middlesbrough.
Wow. The next player that's coming on for Cameroon plays for Middlesbrough.
I just wonder if Abubakar going down just now would have just frightened the coach.
It's going to be like a protective parent, isn't it, right? You've had enough, come in, playtime's over.
Exactly. If they're going to go all the way, they've got to keep him fit. There's absolutely no doubt about that.
Guys, let's try and hit the right ball. Let's try and get us up to double figure likes for the 3rd time in a row.
Well, we hit the hour mark, and in some ways, this is a scoreline that both coaches may be happy with. Let's hope they're not content with it and they try and bring us some more goals.
It's
here.
still Ethiopia 1, Burkina Faso 1.
Second or possibly 3rd place, or obviously 3rd place.
Well, that's what the coach should be doing now, looking at all the other group standings and thinking who's likely to beat our number 4 points. Are there any other teams? Is this, half an hour to go? Yeah, maybe not, but that's got to come into his thinking because it's all about just getting through.
Time for change. An introduction for James Lea Siliki. And making way is Pierre Tunde.
What's hard, Tunde?
He's put in the shift in midfield. And a change of shape of players, maybe a change of shape as well, because Lea Siliki is a bit more of an attacking player. Former France under-19 international who has pinned his colours to the Cameroon flag.
I think I'll dispense with that holding midfield player.
Thank you for you guys voting on the poll. It's 62 minutes played. Cameroon 1, Cape Verde 1.
Seems to have gone into a slightly more out-of-hand stroll as well. Maybe an opportunity.
Are we going to get a shock in this competition again?
And imagine his team are a goal behind. Take some chances. Polo feeding the ball through. It's a good run from Aguisa. Can he impose himself on the game? He really is a quality player.
He's got so much talent.
Oh, now they're entertaining the flicks and the tricks, and they've got the supporters excited.
And what I saw with Aguisa when he was at Fulham is obviously just a really talented player. I think just at times he just wanted to show his talent all the time, instead of at the right moment.
So let's get the likes on the stream, boys. 1-1 in both games, so it's all poised in the group.
Currently on loan at Napoli from Fulham,
And hopefully Napoli beat Bologna today.
also played for Marseille. Got to the Europa League final back in 2018 to play with big pedigree. Number 8 there, Andre Frank Aguisa.
Some talent here for them, got Aguisa. Seri, his hair, saw him play yesterday, was really impressive. The Ivory Coast.
Aguisa is one of those, when Fulham get back into the Premier League.
Fulham are going to get back into the Premier League. They're scoring 6 or 7 goals a game.
Currently doing very well in Serie A.
And Napoli are going to beat Bologna, and not just beat them, we're going to smash them.
You look at where the two sets of players are operating these days. Most of the Cameroon players are at top European clubs, and the Cape Verde players in Hungary, Cyprus, Ireland, Azerbaijan, second division of the Netherlands. Montero's at the Philadelphia Union, Fortes at the Gracia. They are dotted around, but they need to be a strong collective here.
Dealing just picking up the yellow card, he's pulling his shirt back, and the referee's absolutely right. Just got caught out there dealing. But you're absolutely right, Bob, about them being a strong collective. I did say that no matter where they come from, what you're looking for is good organisation. Throughout this tournament, they've shown good organisation. And they've been in all the games, all 3 games, and then when they've had the quality, they've managed to stick the ball in the back of the net. And so well done to Cape Verde. I've enjoyed watching them play.
Yep, I agree with that, because as someone who has got links to the British Army, that's why I don't like him.
Takes a double deflection. Job well done. Danger hasn't gone away though.
How was a Boubacar missed from like 2 yards out? Boubacar should have buried that with his eyes closed. Should have been 2-1 Cameroon.
He does it again, that instinct of a striker, just to hold back. It falls to him, always falls to him. And now just leaning back. And it's a poor miss. He knows that should be in the back of the net. He knows he's better than that, but it's the first one he's missed in the whole tournament.
Well, it was clumsy goalkeeping from Borzinha. Right, next change. Coming on will be João Paulo Fernandes, and he will take on the role of Willy Semedo. He's covered some ground tonight, Willy Semedo, but has had little to feast upon as a striker.
The two Semedo have both worked hard, haven't they? But just got past the hour mark. He's made the 2 changes. The first one certainly worked with him with Rodriguez. Can this one work as well with João Paulo?
This guy talks more shit than anyone I know.
Plays his football for Firenze in the second tier of Portuguese football. So another one of those who could have a showcase here to move on to a bigger club if he can turn the game. But at the moment it is all Cameroon. Aguisa. Referee saw nothing wrong with that. It did look as though it was a classic obstruction, didn't it? It was a blocking challenge.
They gave the corner away, and that's what surprised me.
Oh, the thing is, I think the Cape Verde defenders stopped, didn't it? They just gifted the corner to Cameroon.
Unbelievable.
Big Taniki teases it to the near post. They'll get a second stab at things.
Oh, Cameroon's that going to be another corner? No. Cleared it away.
3/4 of the game has passed.
Still Cape Verde 1, Cameroon 1, Burkina Faso 1, Ethiopia 1.
Ruling this group, so dangerous stoop of the ball, no suggestion of handball, but it's the full force of Cameroon at the moment. Fai plays a lovely little 1-2 with Leah Siliki.
It seems like, I think they're right again, probably. They might just settle for the point. They sat right back since they got the goal. Cape Verde and allowed Cameroon to come on to it. And I think that's dangerous. The dangerous tactic.
Well, the next place to come on is Clinton Njai, who played, well, briefly for Tottenham Hotspurs, at Spurs for a couple of years. It's quite a big money signing, around £8 million to bring him in. After he made his name at Lyon with Lacazette in a strike force. Didn't hit it off in the English Premier League these days.
Here we go, are we going to get a winner? 69 minutes played. 1-1. Here we go, substitution for Cameroon.
It can be. He's had a luckless evening. He's the player who's sacrificed in the final 20 minutes.
Why are you taking Cambe off? He's been a good player.
Cambe looked lacking energy tonight. He's had a decent tournament and he'll play a big part going forward. His goals have been
Into the Boubacar, what a legend.
It's an opportunity though for Clinton Njai to impress.
Clinton Njai, who did nothing at Spurs.
And a familiar face is Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting.
Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting.
His goals for Bayern Munich. And he will take the place of Muni Nemalu. Well, they are going full force now, aren't they?
That's it, yeah.
Throwing on two strikers.
Promoting what he does really
Hello,
well.
Friv.
He comes off that, he can go and play up front. He comes off that front line as well, and can link play as well. And himself and Abubakar are a very frightening prospect for this Cape Verde back line.
Well, it's arguably the most fearful strike force at the Africa Cup of Nations. Choupo-Moting, Abubakar and Clinton Ajayi join them now. "20 minutes remaining." I know a lot of managers do like the fact that you can make 5 substitutions, but it does take the sting out of the game. It takes a good 10 minutes for matches to regather the rhythm.
Oh, yet again, he brings up the anti-Liverpool thing. Yet again.
A block by Vozina, not the most convincing of goalkeeping, but he got his body in the way.
Good technique. It's good. He's at the far post, lovely little chest down and hits a target, which was really impressive from that sort of angle.
There you go, and I've just done what you tell me to do.
The crowd get a buzz when he had his
Because I don't give a shit. He deserves what comes to him.
They've got 5 players in the centre. The goalkeeper has to come.
Oh!
Lovely take as well from Vozina. Oh, he's injured himself in doing so.
Like he's in a bit of trouble there for Vozina. It's a good take. I mean, that's goalkeeping practice in all honesty, but I just wonder if he's just twisted his knee as he's landed. He's in some trouble there. Yeah, look, this is a good take, but a take that we'd expect to pull off. And the only thing I can think is that I've just jarred his knee, just on landing.
See, there you go. Come on then, guys, put your question in the chat, like, subscribe if you are new. It's still 1-1 between Cameroon and Cape Verde, and it is also still Burkina Faso 1, Ethiopia 1. So as the group stands, Ethiopia will be on 1 point, Cape Verde will be on 4, Burkina Faso will be on 4, and Cameroon will be on 7.
Yeah, this is the chance. Technique's good. Look, it's a tough angle. He's just concentrating, hitting the target, keeping it down. That's all he can do.
So guys, let's put some questions in the chat.
But Vozina makes it a good save. It's straight at him, and one he expects to make.
Referee having a word with Vozina. I get the impression that he wasn't impressed by the goalkeeper going down. I think he's pointing to him that I really only want to stop matches if it is a head injury. Meanwhile, we're told in the other game between Burkina Faso and Ethiopia, the score is now 1-1.
Wow. You know that a bit late.
Of course, if Ethiopia do win that game, they would be on 3 points. Burkina Faso will be on 3 points. And then it comes down to Cape Verde. If they can clinch the draw, 4 points would get them second place. So at the moment, Burkina Faso 4 points, Cape Verde 4 points, goals difference.
Is that what you into this?
Burkina Faso maybe would have scored more goals. I think one more goal.
Oh.
Verde so far have scored 2 goals in the competition. Burkina Faso scored 3 goals and conceded 3 goals.
Oh, maths is excellent, isn't it?
I was going to say, we both listened at school in those maths lessons, didn't we? If you are watching children, English is obviously important, but maths as well. You need it every day in this business.
And also at the same time, folks, I'm also going to be watching Napoli versus Bologna in Serie A.
In all matches.
Hopefully Napoli win.
Most goals, and then if they can't decide it there, they draw lots.
Don't do that, do they?
You don't want to be the person in charge of drawing lots, do you? There's a lot of pressure in an international tournament these days. Top club competition. Can go horribly wrong.
Oh, it's a terrible way to go out, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, Cape Verde are hoping to make certain of going through. They're going to make another double substitution.
I'm not surprised because all the momentum's come out of their play. They just sat back and wanted to defend for the last since they got the goal. You know, the bit of quality play in the final third's got them the goal, but they've abandoned that. They've sat back, the 5 at the back, the 4 in front. They need some energy.
Well, next up will be Willis Furtado. Tall, attack-minded player. Plays in the lower leagues in Norway. He's going to come on to the big international stage. And Nenjas, another who plies his trade in Norway. They'll be happy to get away from the cold country and to play in the heat, the steam of Cameroon. It's very close to Roches. A adventurous little ball over the top.
Lucky, isn't he? Again, that forward run. He was the one who made the run for the goal. When he's made that run, they found him. They created almost.
Again, as it goes horribly wrong.
There we go.
That's a nice take from Clinton.
No.
Disappointing defending that he could bring that down. I think it's Stopiro, who's down his left-hand side, allowed it to go all the way across the box in the air, and he takes it down. You've got to do better than that.
To be honest, this game doesn't give too much ask.
He managed to close the space down and just block it off.
Right.
They can be good to shit.
Change. Alexon Nenjas Lima is the player coming on, and he's just double checking that the.
No, because of that shit, I'd rather do that than rather do shit on them because they are shite.
Montero thinks he's coming off.
To be honest, this game doesn't give too much ask. So, guys, put your questions in, get some conversation. Let's get a conversation going.
Exactly. Nenjas definitely coming on. Montero going off.
Yeah.
I think they are planning a double change. Next to come on is Willis Furtado, and he will take the place of Kenny Rocha Santos. I'm just looking over at Leroy, and it's like he's got a bingo card in front of him.
And I'm trying to put him in all the right places as well. There's lots of changes. It's almost, that's half the team change, it seems. I'm just wondering if the shape's going to change any. I'd like to see that whoever goes into the wing-back position, see if they can get a little bit higher at times to support the front line.
What are you on about? And come on, Napoli!
Well, let's hope that is the last of the changes, and we can find some kind of momentum in the play. Both coaches making these alterations. You can understand it as they want to manage the minutes and change things around and try to outthink the opposing coach tactically, but it doesn't help for the spectators' spectacle. Of course, the substitution that Cape Verde made at half-time worked for them. Gary Rodriguez coming on and scoring that very important equalising goal.
I was also a little bit surprised that Julio Tavares hasn't been involved. I wonder if he's picked up an injury because they haven't introduced him from the bench. He scored in their first game.
Awkward moment there for Morkudi.
Thought he might get a shout just to lead that. I was going out, didn't get the shout and headed it, and it means that Cape Verde got a throw in it in an attacking position.
Back in the day, it was a transistor radio which kept you in touch with what was happening in the other game. I'm sure that the backup team, Roberto Betancourt, will be keeping the coach in touch with what is happening in the
There we go, Cameroon. And let's hopefully at the same time Napoli get the 3 points away Bologna.
I thought you were going to say wireless there for a minute. It was like going back a few years more, but you're absolutely right, and that's the jeopardy. They will.
Oh, Hervey was on and he scored. Fuck.
Cape Verde will be aware But a goal will certainly do the trick. What they don't want to happen is concede that, because that could certainly put them out as well. So it's a difficult situation which they have to manage.
Guys, put your question in the chat. I still think Cameroon will win. Cape Verde are playing more better.
They've got players forward. That is Rodriguez again.
Cape Verde could win this.
Now Rodriguez is down on the edge of the centre circle. It's a dangerous game to play if they are playing for a draw. And there's
so far, it is who you guys think's going to win. 17% Cape Verde, 17% draw, 67% Cameroon.
Issa obviously doesn't agree. Who's this? Rodriguez.
And it is also still Burkina Faso 1, Ethiopia 1.
On his face, he was clearly unhappy at the tenacity of the tackle from Anguissa.
That's what I like about him, Rodriguez. I think it's Dini's down. He's look like he can carry on. But he has that edge to him, Rodriguez, which has been lacking from their game until he came on the pitch. And
oh, we're having a Zano shite.
okay. And right, the three, Mr. Pico and Scopira.
Well, the referee is not buying into this. He's demanding
I do,
that
because
Guinea
they're having a
referee's
break.
attention that they must bring on a stretcher to take him to the touchline.
It would be an amazing recovery if he comes off that stretcher to continue. So
Oh, not the Vuvuzela shite.
Vuvuzela is in the country's colours. Good to see them making a comeback. When you're watching the TV, you just get kind of a mass noise. If you're inside one of the African stadiums, as we had over at the World Cup, then as there's a chorus all around the stadium, it's actually quite a beautiful sound.
Yeah.
I'm not convincing people that weren't there, but
no. But no, you're right. You're absolutely right. It is. It's you don't get the full effects until you do it.
absolutely not. Well, sad to see
Still
Guinea
1-1 in both games.
traipsing down the touchline on a stretcher. Tall central defender, looks like a nasty injury. They've thrown on the extra attacking player, Stephen Watts. He's more of a midfield player than a defender. But he's off the stretcher now. He's back on his feet. That's a good sign for Cape Verde.
Stephen Ford's done alright. He's played in both the previous games, I think, and so he'll be comfortable with coming on in the last 10 minutes or so of this game.
Are we going to get a winner between Cape Verde and Cameroon?
It looks like they're just going to want to stick to it, because it's now a very narrow back five in there. You just see how narrow they are. The back five, they're the width of the 18-yard box, and so when that ball goes wide, the wing-back isn't even coming out to stop the cross. He's staying inside and asking his wide player to run back and defend it. So they want to hold on to
What are you on about? Oh.
1-1 here, 1-1 in the other game between Burkina Faso and Ethiopia. Kabeni equalised from the spot in that game after Cyril Payala had given Burkina Faso the lead. Here at Cape Verde are hanging on. A draw may be enough to get them through in third place as one of the four best placed or best third place teams. It's a very dangerous game to play if they're willing to see out the final 6 minutes.
Yeah. That's just leaving Rodriguez up front on his own.
Oh no.
Don't see anybody even trying to get up in support or even get beyond him.
In some ways, Antonio Conte, the coach of Cameroon, has used this as
Yeah!
session. The latest player to get some minutes will be Oliver And Baizo, who plays for Philadelphia Union in a Major League Soccer in the United States.
The only name I didn't want to hear was that Britannia, because I want to see if we finally dropped the cunt. Fuck.
Players collide. It falls to Rodriguez.
Yep, so I'll see him.
Too nonchalant with his cross. And I think he knew that whistle and that flag.
No, it'd be Mertens coming off for Osimhen.
Dini, he's off
yep.
the stretcher. And
At the same time.
His feet and taking his place on
Come
the
on!
Good to
Come
see.
on, Cameroon or Cape Verde, get a winner, please.
I think it's just the referee's insistence, and you have to go with it then. Referee just checking his watch. 85 minutes have gone.
What a
There's
name.
going to be quite a lot of stoppage time to be added as well.
30 seconds each substitute, so it's been quite...
Oh, that's a ball!
Yeah, it's
Oh,
kind of
what a
the unwritten
bastard.
rule that, isn't it, amongst officials. Pico.
Yes!
Digging in.
Shoot!
He plays his football for Shamrock Rovers.
Fuck!
Made his debut for Cape Verde a couple of years ago. They're considering the double change, but not while they've got their own corner kick here. And two subs, Jean Anana and Bezo, are going to have to wait, see what develops.
There's been that swingers up to now, but Sadiqi's now on, so it's an in swinger. Will that make the difference?
That's a ball! Oh, what a bastard!
Two subs are desperate to get on and join the party.
There's a chance.
Samuel Gouet has run his race. He will vacate a midfield position, and Leah thinks he's coming off. That's Jean Anana, who plays for Bordeaux, who will make a little cameo appearance. Samuel Gouet makes way. Collins' fire was right, he was coming off, and Baizo takes his place on the right side of defence.
Oh!
My man of the match has been the Tanner announcer. I think he's an outstanding game. He really has generated.
No, because I thought Cameroon was going to score.
This stadium tonight.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Just in behind Abu Bakar, I think he's been the best player on the pitch.
Good shout.
It's no surprise that the intensity's just been a little bit lacking from this game. You know, Cape Verde are quite happy with this result. I mean, obviously Cameroon have already qualified, so they're making sure they try and get through this unscathed.
I don't think there's any hiding the fact that the competition hasn't yet exploded into life, but you can maybe understand that as players gather from club football in an arduous season, and they've been playing back-to-back matches at the top level. They come together. It's maybe safety first when you can advance from a group finishing in third place. You're not going to take too many risks, but I'm sure that's all going to change when we get to the knockout.
Are we going to get a winner in this game? I don't think so.
It's a totally different attitude to the games. You know, and you play your best team, and you go and try and get a result. At the moment, that the coaches and the managers are trying to make sure that everybody's coming through unscathed, especially for the teams who are qualified, and managing not only just fatigue and match time, but obviously COVID as well. That's been a massive influence on a lot of squads within this tournament. So they'll be delighted, those ones who go through, that they've got through that, and now they can really attack the games, and that's where we'll see it explode into life.
Get in, Anguissa! Wow! John put optimistic Dale.
Looking for the goal which would give them a 100% record. Unbeaten in the group games. Cape Verde will have to wait for the mathematicians to do their job to see, as things stand, if third place is going to get them through. That's a raw challenge. It may not be third place if they concede from this goal. It's a silly challenge, really made by Jeffrey Courts.
I think it's a bit of a dive. No, it's a foul. It's a slight dive, but it's definitely a foul. He does need to stick his foot in there, catches him, takes him out. And he just makes the most of it, as he should do.
Brought it to the referee's attention is the diplomatic way of saying things. And of course, I think his angles.
Come on! Oh, we're going to get a dramatic moment in this match.
This really would be cruel for Cape Verde if they conceded beyond the 90-minute mark to go out of the competition. They're clinging in there at the moment.
It's all about the delivery. Yeah, the delivery from corner, set piece in the second half hasn't been great. It only takes one decent ball into that box, and this stadium will absolutely erupt.
I never knew John got faith. Whee!
And Guisa, I've got a feeling he's going to go direct for goal here.
You never knew. You never know. 3 minutes back on time in the game. In the other game, it is still 1-1 between Burkina Faso and Ethiopia.
Manu's parent club Fulham gets in the zone. The big build-up, the wall does its job.
Oh, it's blocked. Corner.
Cape Verde live again. And Bezo's in there.
I wonder if that's on target, because he's holding his head. He feels like that might be just sneaking in. Comes back to him. It kind of catches it outside his foot. No, it's going wide. It's going wide.
Floodlights are on. They can power the floodlights with the energy that's been created inside this stadium. Cameroon players really out of care in the world. They've won the group, they know that. Cape Verde need to defend for the next 2 minutes, or however many minutes the referee decides to add to the 90. He's set a minimum of 3. Every single player is back on national defensive duty here.
Oh!
Job well done. Abubakar was just lurking on the edge of the area.
No!
Oh, the goalkeeper could only stand and stare. And here's it crash off the advertising.
Another corner.
After Clinton shot took a deflection.
It left him totally flat-footed, the deflection. And Vasile just, it must have been like an age watching that just drift past the post, because it was closer than he would have wished for.
Cameroon look like the team that look like we could win this.
With the corner. It's the full might of Cameroon which has been thrown here at the Cape Verde defence. Zaliki's in there. Good catch away from Borzinha, who's given protection by the referee.
Oh, keeper got clattered. He looks like he's knocked out.
It's an excellent punch, and that's just what you want the goalkeeper to do under severe pressure. He gets 2 hands to it. He's gone down. He'll make the most of that, and he'll stay down for a little while. He's experienced. He knows how to take the sting out of the game by him staying down.
Burkina Faso 1, Ethiopia 1 is a full-time score.
Last 3 minutes, by the way, which Cape Verde would have been delighted to see go up on the board.
Well, the way things stand, Burkina Faso still playing against Ethiopia. That is 1-1. Burkina Faso going to finish on 4 points. In fact, full-time whistle has just gone 1-1 in that game, which is probably going to secure Burkina Faso second place. Going to be level on points with Cape Verde. Goal difference will be the same, and then it comes down to goals scored, and Burkina Faso have edged it in that regard. Cape Verde, well, are going to have to wait, and they hope that this is enough to get them a third place finish, which will see them through to the knockout stages. Cameroon unbeaten, won the opening 2 games.
Full time, Cape Verde 1, Cameroon 1, Burkina Faso 1, Ethiopia 1. Like, subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Chelsea versus Brighton.